And don't mess up.
And don't mess up. Because
don't mess up.
You plummet to your death.
On this episode of Staples and Tents, we conquer Black Bear Pass. What's up, Tree Troopers?
Tree Troopers!
I'm Sonya.
And I'm Necota. And we're Staples and Tents.
So the last time we left you, we had just arrived in Beaver, Colorado. We met up with Tribe Called Camp, Josh, and Brian. But what we didn't tell you is who Brian was.
Yeah. So we met Brian the first time that we went out. We ended up in the hills of Sedona. And he was out there with one of his friends, and really good relationship around the campfire.
The next morning we got up, we packed up, got going. So you guys, it's Saturday and we are in Utah, about to head to Colorado. We're gonna do Utah to Colorado, all off-road. So joining us today, we have Ron in Pearl, AKA Scuba Steve, 80 series. Of course, we have Bertha. And then we're also riding with Brian in the Tacoma. Brian, we actually met when we went west with Ron and his brother Rashad in Sedona. We drove through Fish Lake National Forest, which was beautiful. Beautiful, some great overlooks.
That was another good opportunity to really just take in the countryside and the beauty of America. So highly recommend Fish Lake.
Exactly.
So we just broke company with Brian, Melissa, and Mara, and then there were two.
Now it's just two of us.
And we're off on our way to get to Moab.
Yeah, and we're still driving off-road through Fish Lake.
Oh, yeah. Having a good time.
Oh, a great time. Beautiful countryside. I mean, and I know I keep saying this, but dang, y'all, it's just amazing. We got to a point where we hit pavement. So we aired up the tires. We stopped right beside this little pasture with the horses. Remember the horses?
Yes.
And then we got on the highway and headed to Moab. We separated with Ron because, you know,
he's driving an 80.
He's driving an 80.
And, the 80 is going to 80 on you,
and
always
we had the same
eating
issues with Frank.
Yeah, it's always this kind of, is it going to overheat? Now, once it gets off on the trail,
it's good.
It's going to run perfect. But, sometimes when it's on the highway, 27-year-old or 25-year-old
and then it's
truck,
hot. Y'all don't be hot in the desert.
Frank be like, yo, if I'm going to suffer, you going to suffer. So we recognize that Ron is having the 80 experience, and we were having the 200 experience. So we shot off ahead of Ron now.
But then we did stop. We stopped at this beautiful overlook. Oh, this beautiful overlook. I don't know the name of it, but here are the pictures. Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful, right?
Look, it looked like bedrock. Like that was the city central,
like the Flintstones.
For the Flintstones. Like this is where everybody comes to party.
Yeah, this is the club. This is the club. So since we were stopping, Ron and Josh, they passed us.
Right.
They passed us, but we did meet up in Moab. And interestingly enough, like Necota was saying, Ron's truck was running a little hot, so he wanted to get his truck checked out, and we took the opportunity to do laundry.
And
right.
We're trying to do COVID laundry.
Exactly, and time caught up with us, so we was like, you know what, as opposed to pushing forward, let's just stay. This campsite in Moab is beautiful. Yeah. It's actually the same campsite we stayed at in Moab when we did Canyonlands in 2018 with a Tribe Called Camp. Yeah. So we had a great night stay at the campsite, and the next morning we set on off. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Tree Troopers.
It's Monday morning,
yes.
And yesterday on Sunday, the goal was to make it into Colorado. We did not make it into Colorado. Our boy Ron, Tribe Called Camp, he's rolling in his 80 Pearl, AKA Scuba Steve, killing it, by the way. But when I tell you, the 80 is doing what 80's doing, because yesterday on the highway, it was overheating a little bit. But right now, it is in its zone and it is thriving. It's thriving. We're doing the Rim Rocker Trail. So very much like yesterday, the landscape is changing. It is infinitely beautiful. And
every direction.
We are just happy that we are in a moment that we're able to create this space.
Yes, to do this.
To do this
drive. This is a wonderful drive across America.
Yeah. And you know, it's been stressful at times.
Tiring.
It's been tiring at times. Do not get us wrong. It has not come without its challenges. But on a day-to-day basis, I can say that we have truly taken this moment and fully embraced it and made it whatever we needed it to be.
We're blown away at how well marked this trail is. There's markers everywhere.
Yeah.
We are blown away how Pearl is killing it.
Killing it.
Yeah, Pearl.
You know, Ron, he comes up with wonderful trails.
He is the navigator.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a good trail, Ron is a great guy to reach out to. Tribe Called Camp. But we wanted to do Rim Rocker and make our way into Montrose, Colorado.
But next thing you know, the trail was done.
We shot through the trail in a matter of like, what, six
hours.
And what we recognize is that we probably missed a ton of the reason why people spend so long on the trail. So if you've done Rim Rocker and you're like, hey, you guys missed all of these really cool places, leave it in the comments. Let us know. We recognize that that we could just tell by driving through it, it was amazingly beautiful, and it'd been worthwhile to know some other waypoints that are out there.
And because we got through it so fast, got to Montrose, it was like, might as well stay here for the night.
Yeah, we were trying to stay at some campgrounds that were right outside of Montrose, and it was like cow patties. It was cows and cow patties, and it was like,
and we saw a bear.
And we saw a bear. But it was not from a safe distance.
It was a baby cub. It didn't want to get out the road.
No, look at it. It's just running. And we're looking at it and hoping that it gets out the way, but also that its mom
might be around the corner, like we trying to hunt this baby.
Right. We did not want any problems with that baby mama. We didn't want no problems.
Yeah. So all that to say, with all the cows, like, it's like, you know what? This isn't the place for us.
Let's keep it moving.
So we kept going and ended up at a KOA in Montrose.
And, you know, we got up the next day, and then we start this treacherous trail that there are trails that are out there that are terrorizing. And
Necota's downplaying this, y'all. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to plummet to my death. Y'all, we were going through Engineers Pass, and I wish I was able to get it on video for you, but I crumbled.
She folded. She child posed. She child posed.
There was a moment on Engineers Pass. There was a wall. Necota was on the wall side. I was on the cliff side, and then there was a rock. There was a rock. You had to go around the rock. I didn't know if I should video through the window. I didn't know if I should video. I just didn't know what to do. And eventually I just dropped the phone in my lap. I crumbled.
And she wouldn't look out the window, and she wouldn't look at the screen.
I tried eating a cracker to distract myself. And then I just realized that the cracker was in my mouth and I couldn't breathe. And my mouth was dry because I was nervous.
It was a terrifying moment to be going up Engineers Pass, and there's this rock formation kind of thing, and then there's a cliff, and there is no line, right? The line is you're going over this rock in the worst possible way, and you're getting over it.
And don't mess up.
Because you plummet to your death. And we got over it, and wouldn't you know it, it was like
another place.
Rinse and repeat. So I'm thinking that I had won victory of the day, and you get around the cliff, and
we're on the radio.
Yeah.
Ron was like, we made it.
We made it.
We're celebrating.
And you turn the corner, it was like, oh, hell. We made it through, guys.
Oh, we made it one.
Jesus Christ.
Copy that last one.
What the is what we said. I want to add this. Necota, you know, with dot, you have all this technology, you have cameras, you can see how close you are to the edge. Necota, he relied on his gut, like way down deep in his gut. He didn't use that stuff. And me, every time I would look at the camera, I'm like, but this yellow line says your trajectory. is off of the cliff.
Yeah.
So again, it was really a lesson in trust, and I also want to give mad props to Ron, because he did it in an 80 without all the technology, and both of them beasted. So Necota and Ron, hands down, like really great off-road drivers. But all that to say, we got through Engineers Pass, we set up for the night. And this was a beautiful campsite. There was water, shade, but it was probably a little bit too much shade because we're at a higher elevation now, and it was cold.
It was cold, so we had to leave.
Yeah, so we packed up. Yeah. We packed up, and we headed to
Black Bear Pass.
Yeah.
Oof.
And it starts off beautiful, just like everything else. Rolling hills. We even had a little snow. The kids got out and sledded. It was all fun and games. Yeah. We stopped, took a picture of the sign. Yeah. Really good time.
Yeah. And then you have this one sign that says that it's 4-wheel drive, professional drive, or something like that.
Expert drivers only.
Expert driving only. So we're going to go ahead and claim
expert driver.
Expert driver.
Expert driver. Because Sonya is an expert passenger.
Sonya folded on it so hard.
I trust you so much, Necota. I trust you. And I know that you're going to get us through this.
Black Bear Pass is the most terrifying road that I've been on to date. Level 10 was achieved for the first time in my career, in my off-roading experience. I was like,
it was stressful. I think everybody but the kids was stressed when we got done.
Yeah.
Josh, there were moments Josh and we decided to get out of the car because we just didn't feel comfortable. There were moments, I'm sure Ron and Necota wished they could get out of the car because they didn't feel comfortable. Meanwhile, the kids being the kids.
Are we there yet?
High stress. Beautiful scenery though. Beautiful scenery. Black Bear Pass, it's this waterfall.
With the house.
And then
the house,
I don't even know what the house is, but it's
I don't know, it looked like a water wheel.
Yeah, it's something. But I think by the time we did like the really hard parts, everybody was just so stressed. We were like, we just need to get somewhere and sit and chill. Yeah.
So, I need to process why my nerves got me going like this.
Yeah, we got in the Telluride, we grabbed lunch, and we hung out by the river, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and we ended up camping that night on the side of one of the roads in Uncumbre.
And if you're in the National Forest, you're free, unless it says no camping, to camp anywhere. There was a campsite. It was pretty much on the side of the road, but that's all that we could find, and that's what we did. We just needed somewhere where we could camp for the night. They encourage the children to use sharp objects.
All right, camp boys.
Y'all be careful. Y'all gotta get it to the other logs because you gotta saw it.
Put the big pound here so you can saw it.
You gotta saw it?
Yeah, that one has to be sawed.
Where's the saw work happen? Happens over there, right?
Yeah.
Put it over at the workstation.
That Corona saw, y'all, because we didn't have any wood. That Corona saw, and there was plenty of dead trees. Them kids, they made sure we stayed warm. I appreciated that. And the next morning, we packed up and we headed home. We had about a long time of driving. And we did take the scenic route, and we stayed the night in some national grasslands in Texas. The campsite wasn't great, but it was everything that we needed, which was essentially a place to stay.
Yeah, and then the following day, we didn't stop until we got back to Atlanta. So we left Texas in,
18 hours.
18 hours later, we show up in Atlanta. It is 2:57 a.m. and we have just arrived back in Atlanta, bringing a close to the ultimate off-road overland trip. How many miles we got? So total miles spent 6,820 miles. We'll call it that. Been a great trip. Thanks for y'all checking in and rolling with us the entire time. Special shout out to A Tribe Called Camp and Josh. For 2 more days of thrilling off-roading. We out.
So Jamal Lofton, yes, Sonya drives that last 6 hours. But I appreciate the, hundreds of hours. They probably wasn't hundreds, but it was
Whatever.
it was a lot of hours that this guy right here, he put in on the road throughout the month. So
I'm a driver.
Yeah, he put in those hours on the road so that we could get there.
And back.
And I think we learned a lot about each other and ourselves on this trip. And we'll probably do a follow-up video just to kind of wrap up what our experience was like, how we did it in the midst of COVID and what we learned about each other. Stay tuned for the next episode of Staples Intense,
Where we keep it intense.
where we continue to keep it intense. Love you guys. Thank you for... Oh, and if you didn't notice, we have our original Staples Intense shirt as well as our new signature Black People Off-Road.
Yeah.
If you have not joined this community, the purpose of this community is to be a positive image for other Black people that are interested in overlanding and off-roading.
And being outdoors.
And being outdoors. It is not just for Black people. Allies, please join the community. We want like-minded people to support us.
But if you're into off-roading, we want you to be able to come and feel safe in this place.
Exactly. So check out our website, staplesintense.com, where you can get both of these shirts, plus, some stickers and some other swag.
Yes.
And if you're interested in supporting Staples Intense and, even more, check out the links below, our PayPal, our Patreon link, exclusive content on Patreon, like where we camp at, the specific locations, behind the scenes conversations, videos. We'll have some lengthier footage on our experiences in all these trails that we do. So check us out on Patreon. Please consider supporting us.
Peace out, y'all. Keep it intense.
Keep it intense.